This is not the video I was supposed to release today. I had a video planned that I shot this weekend. However, I gotta push it back till tomorrow. That's gonna release at noon PST. But I woke up this morning, I wiped the little eye boogers out of my eye testicles, and I laid witness upon the Supreme website to see that Supreme is collaborating with the North Face, and they are doing a summit series. So you know I had to talk about it. That being said, make sure you check out tomorrow's video, and it's gonna be more along the lines of the content that I've been trying to produce over the last month and a half. The feedback on those videos is insane. It's literally mind-blowing, the fact that you guys show so much support, and just reading a lot of your guys' comments genuinely means the world to me. Some of you guys may have noticed, but it's only 3 days away from being an entire month since the last Droplist or live cop video. When I first started doing these Droplist videos like years ago, I didn't plan on it being a weekly thing, and I could still make it a weekly thing, and I'd probably make a lot more money. I'd probably make an extra $500 to $600 every single week if I made a Droplist video and live cop video every Tuesday and every Thursday. I just don't want to create content if I don't feel like I have something to say, or if it doesn't actually have some entertainment value. And that's why I've been trying to produce different pieces of content, which it seems like you guys have been enjoying. And I sincerely appreciate that. Like seeing all your guys' likes, all your guys' comments, all of you guys feeding Susan, the CEO of YouTube, with her little algorithmic snacks has genuinely, I appreciate it. And those videos are doing a lot better because of your guys' support. Speaking of likes and comments, of course, take a second, like this video, show some love in the comments, especially if you want to see a Droplist video. I'm not gonna promise a Droplist. I'm not even gonna give you guys a like goal because I don't know if I want to make one yet. But if this video does well, then I will definitely consider making a live cop video this Thursday. Also, of course, you already know it would not be a proper Supreme video if I did not shout out the Plus One posse. Plus One's been crazy. Even though we haven't been making Supreme videos, Plus One's not just focused around reselling Supreme. Plus One is a cook group that I started, and as you guys know, I started off reselling. I'm not just some fucking YouTuber pretending to be an entrepreneur creating a cook group that I don't know shit about. You guys know I started off providing for my family through reselling, and I realized that over the last couple years, cook groups have kind of become an essential tool for people getting into reselling, and I wanted to make it more affordable because so many of those cook groups are $30, $40, $50, even $60 a month, and there are a couple that are worth it, but for the most part, 90% of the information that's in those groups is the exact same information in Plus One, except Plus One is only $15 a month. We have access to a ton of different features. There's a link to our website and the social medias, which includes the Instagram and Twitter, down in the description below. We have restock monitors, which is really helpful for Supreme. That's basically gonna notify you when an item restocks, but it doesn't only work on Supreme. We have all the foot sites. I would say one of the more common things that people get are Yeezys. I recently just got some New Balance 550s from the restock monitors as well. So you can get things that have resale value off of those. I would also definitely take advantage of the low key flips. We just had someone tweet us who made $27,000 in like 3 weeks. And I asked him how he did it because he's reselling better than me. And he basically just said he takes advantage of every single low key flip. I mean, people are reselling anything from GPUs, mice, consoles, sneakers, clothes. I try to provide as much information, and I'm only going to keep making that group better and better. So of course, if you would like to get into reselling, check out Plus One, top link in the description down below. But let's talk about this North Face Supreme collaboration. Supreme and the North Face are collaborating to create a summit series piece. My overall thoughts of this collaboration, there are some pieces that I like, but I don't know how it's going to translate and whether or not it's gonna be worth the price. So first we have these like tape seam shell pieces. We knew it was gonna be some sort of tape seam garment based off of what Josh by Jay said yesterday or Sunday. To be honest, because I have seen such laziness come from Supreme's collaborations, I expected to be them just whoring out the Supreme logo throughout the seams, which I don't mind logos, I don't mind branding. I don't think that's a fair critique. Every single shoe you wear for the most part has a big ass brand on the side of it anyways, and I don't mind supporting or wearing a brand that I genuinely fuck with. But I do sometimes appreciate when a brand takes a more subtle approach to releasing a garment, and these are a lot more subtle. They don't scream Supreme, they're kind of quiet.
It's quiet, yeah, no, it's quiet.
They kind of just focus on the actual piece itself, but I do have some complaints about these pieces. It's a nylon material, so I believe it's going to be super thin. It's a shell, essentially, so it's not really meant to actually keep you warm, which I guess makes sense because it is summertime. Well, kind of. It does actually trap the heat in, so it's still gonna be hot, but if it's like a normal, cool, sunny evening, you may be able to get away with wearing this. But if you look at how the models are wearing, I don't know if they're just sizing up. To be honest, it looks as if it fits like dog shit, but you can even kind of tell how the fabric lays, that it just looks like it's a lot more of a lightweight material. I mean, I'm from Washington State, so one of the reasons why I like the North Face, because it is kind of an essential for the inclement weather that we get here. And Summit Series is a series introduced for avid climbers. I wouldn't say professional, but more professional level of quality. It was released in the year 2000, and oftentimes the Summit Series is a little bit more expensive. I don't know the retail on these pieces, but I would not be surprised if they were upwards of like $300 to $500. I don't mind the tape seam. I think it looks decent. I actually like all the colorways. In terms of resale, resale, I would say the olive might do better than the other colors. Unless they make a limited quantity of the pink, I don't see that performing as well, but they did make that the first photo. I'm not trying to hate or anything. Like I said, I like the jackets. I just feel like the other pieces that go with that theme don't look good. This would have been really dope to see them do like a down jacket, a nupsy, or even like a down hoodie or something like that. I'm probably gonna go for the jacket. I try to get every single North Face jacket. I had a pretty cool Supreme North Face collection. I did sell a lot of them and I kept like my personal grails. I also got rid of some of my personal grails. I do appreciate these collaborations in general. I can't say that these are my favorite pieces though. Although I will say I do appreciate the subtleties of some of these pieces. Also, these pants actually might be $200. Now, honestly, my favorite piece from this collaboration is the pigment dyed crew neck and sweatpants. I'm not the biggest fan of the black. I think those are decent. I think the olive colorway is probably my favorite. I think the olive colorway is gorgeous. All the other colors are kind of whatever to me. If I didn't have like an entire arsenal of essential sweatpants and sweaters, then maybe I would consider buying these. And I still might get the olive. Like, I haven't made the final decision yet, but overall, I mean, it's just a small little North Face Supreme titty hit. You got the little hit on your thigh. I do think that they will at least hold their value. So this might be one of the items you want to watch for resale. Of course, preferably XL, then small. Oh, they also have the tees as well. I mean, the pocket tees are pretty dope. I was debating whether or not the sweatpants were produced by Supreme because they do have standard Supreme things like the little gusset in the dick region. They also have the little one side pocket. However, Boone did point out that they don't have the little Supreme tab, and the crew neck and the shirt has North Face tags. So I think it's still produced by the North Face. I think it's just like a little bit more premium than the standard sweatpants or crew neck that North Face would release on their own. And I don't say that as like a shot to the North Face. The North Face normally produces good quality garments. It's usually one of the reasons why I like these collabs, because it's usually manufactured using the North Face manufacturing. So it kind of levels up Supreme's quality, if anything. Oh, also on the tape seam shit, we do have some accessories coming out. We got these hats. I'm not a fan of these. I don't think they'll resell. It's essentially like a little neck pouch to hold, you know, your ID, your phone, your wallet. I don't even think it's waterproof, but it does. And then you have these backpacks, the Route Rocket, little 16-liter bag. These bags are tiny. These are like the size of a kitten's ball sack. I don't know what you're gonna store in this. I don't want to talk too much shit about it, but they just look so small. I guess it wouldn't be terrible to have for like a little day hike. One thing I do like about the Summit series is they always put these like red accents. So even if you look at the sewing on the backpack, you'll see like little red accents on like the straps and things like that. I think it's kind of cool. Now, getting into the rest of this week's drop list, I would say there's one piece that I don't know what to think of it. I think it's a piece that a lot of people will appreciate, and some people watching this right now may even be considering the acquisition of this particular accessory, but it is the large ceramic plate that is handmade, hand painted, and numbered 1 through 150, which means there's only 150 of these made. That's why it's numbered. And I was looking online trying to get a price estimate, and this thing might be like $3,000 to $4,000. I found one that's a little bit bigger that's priced at like $4,300. I mean, I did find some cheaper stuff that was in like the several $100 range. Almost everything from this brand, the prices are like astronomical. I don't know if it's gonna resell. I don't think it would if it's $4,000. I don't know much about the brand that actually creates these in the Netherlands. Unless each Supreme box logo is made with James Jebbia's blood, I could not justify paying that much money for a ceramic tray. Like, even then, like the plate itself better be made of crystallized cum from James Jebbia if they're trying to charge me $4,000 for a plate. I'll just go to IKEA. I can get a plate like the exact same shape as this for like $2. Think I'm playing. I'll just paint this bitch myself. Maybe it's only a couple $100. If you are in any Discord and you run a spot for this, one, you might want to call your bank so they don't deny your credit card. But two, if you don't know, it's gonna be expensive. You have this label, polo, short, and hat. I think the idea or the concept is kind of cool, but I think it translates really terribly on all these pieces. I wouldn't have minded seeing this graphic on a rayon. It just looks really messy. Like, it just looks like there's a lot of shit going on. And speaking of a lot of shit going on, you have this, what the fuck? Like a ghost in here. Like I was saying, you have these pieces from Dan Collins. Now, personally, I'm not super familiar with his work. I was talking to Boone and he was actually explaining the Dash's wall, or like why it's called Dash's wall. I don't know if he just like recreated this artwork and they call it Dash's wall because it's a recreation of homie's actual wall. I don't know. If you guys have any information about Dan Collins, I love to learn. You can let me know in the comments down below. But we're getting several pieces from him. We're getting the sweatpants, we're getting the hoodie. I think both those are sick. I think it's funny, this little like newspaper clipping on the back that says like Hussein. We're getting a rayon with that exact same pattern and two other patterns as well. One is like this Van Gogh-esque candle graphic that says in smoke, and I would rather cut my own ear off before I wear that. And we're also getting a skate deck with that exact same graphic as well. It's kind of weak that they made it into 2 skate decks, so it almost feels like they could have just fit that into 1 skate deck. Like if you just buy one of these, you're gonna have one that says CK, which is almost as bad as wearing a fucking hoodie that says Pyru Creek on it, and then you're gonna have another one that says pho. Not like the food. I don't like that these skate decks were split into 2 pieces. It's really fucking weird. You also have the Barong tee, Barong, I might be saying that wrong. I will say on the description it says printed patch, which sometimes with these premium tees, they'll actually print the graphic on another fabric and then sew the fabric into that tee. I couldn't quite tell from the pictures if that's what this is, but keep that in mind when you get this, you might be in for a little pleasant surprise, because I think that's dope when they do that. The reason they call it the Barong tee or whatever, basically the freaking demon head or dragon or whatever freaking thing that is like a mythical creature. I don't know too much about it. I was just curious, so I hit the Google machine, did some investigative, what the fuck? No, you're not on anything. Anyways, like I was saying, I hit the Google machine and I hit like a little, I did some little investigative research on what that was. You have these pinstripe shorts. These would be great if you own a lowrider, if you wear like high socks with Cortezes. It's not my personal style. They're not terrible, but they're just pinstripe shorts from Supreme that are gonna be too much money. There are 2 pieces that I think are really dope. One will resell, one I don't think will resell, but I'll probably still end up getting it for my personal. First, these bandana camp caps, I do think these will do well. I would venture to say almost all the colors will do well, but in terms of colorways, pink, olive, maybe black, although I just feel like black is kind of oversaturated when it comes to the paisley. And then the navy and the red, I think the navy would do better than the red, but I think it'll literally be like black, red, navy, and then like pink and khaki. I think that'll be like the order of their resale from like best to worst. And last but not least, I'm gonna talk about a personal piece that I like, this patchwork belt. I like the black and I also like the brown one that kind of has those white hits. I think I'm gonna get that brown one. I don't know why, I just like that piece a lot. I think it's super dope. I'm not the biggest fan of the belt buckle. I don't even know if I could pull it off. I also feel like it's gonna be one of those obscure Supreme pieces that cost too much money that I'm gonna like want to get, but then when I go to actually purchase it, it ends up being too much money and then I end up saying fuck it and not getting it. I do kind of want this piece. I think it's kind of sick, and I've been trying to appreciate other pieces. I don't know, just like step out of my comfort zone a little bit, which I've talked about in the videos as of late. One of the reasons why I don't want to make these videos every single week is just because I'm not the same person I was 2 years ago. Not saying that I don't like Supreme. I don't even agree with a lot of the sentiment that Supreme is dead. I think overall this season's fire. We've had some cool pieces to release from Supreme this season, but people tend to make the mistake of critiquing the entire season based off of like 1 to 3 weeks. When in reality, Supreme is releasing product every single year, and they're releasing product like 40 to 44 weeks out of the year. Supreme's release schedule is like unprecedented. And I respect Supreme as a brand and what they've accomplished. I'm not the one to say like, oh, this season sucks or Supreme is dead. That's not how I feel. I still wear Supreme, I like Supreme, but if I'm being honest, I kind of went through a phase where I capitalized on like hype beast culture, I guess, because I never really cared about the term of being a hype beast. People who use that as an insult, I just don't respect them. Essentially, they're trying to put someone down for what they choose to wear, and I've always thought that was kind of lame. Not to say I've never slipped up myself. I try not to put people down based off what they choose to apply to their body. Obviously, we all make judgments. We all have these ideas of what we think is cool, and it's okay to have opinions, but to think that you're better than someone because you wear different clothes than them is just lame. So I had no problem wearing like head to toe Supreme outfit. That's what was popping at the time. I would literally put on an outfit, go take a Fitbit, and then come back home and change into sweatpants. And lately I've been trying to kind of actually piece fits together, especially if you look at my Instagram at certain pieces or certain fit pics, that is something I would genuinely wear all day. And I've been trying to make sure that those photos capture more of a moment to remind myself, just like these videos have been if you've been watching the last several videos, and if you watch tomorrow's video, which will release at noon PST, so make sure you check that shit out. But of course, thank you guys for rocking with me. Smash the like button down below. Hopefully you guys show love to tomorrow's video as well. Like I said earlier, if you are not a part of the +1 posse, change your life, join +1. Top link in the description will be a link to +1 and the +1 socials. If it is sold out at the time of trying to join, then hopefully we are able to restock some memberships soon. Like I said, if you want to get into reselling, that's a great place to start. It's not just some sponsor for the channel or anything like that. It is literally my baby. I created it. And hopefully you guys that have been watching me for a while understand, or at least know me well enough to know that I'm not gonna create something that I don't stand by. But yeah, man, thank you guys for the support. I do appreciate you as always. And although I'm definitely doing a video tomorrow, I may end up doing a live cop this Thursday. It depends on how the video does. So if you want to see that, smash the like button, show some love in the comments. I already fucking said that. Shout out my homegirl Susan. I do appreciate you. Anyways, much love. As always, keep living Star Life. Peace the fuck out.
Star Life, Chris say shooting on magic. All these thoughts been ran through. Goddamn it, like back chief, keep drop. I don't like that shit. Lil Reese in the cool clip, do a backflip.